So I suppose this screen, okay, yeah, there's something strange going on here. Oh, we can actually see Gemini. Fantastic. Okay, I have a little problem with Gemini. Oh, because we're in Gemini Pro. Here is Gemini Gem. I don't know if you can call it, I don't know exactly how this works, but you can see the whole full screen here, and we can use Gemini. Gemini is Google's artificial intelligence that has two functions. As you see, you can use the Flash. Everybody can use the Flash version. It's free, and I'm, of course, here, Latallo, on the Pro version. And so you have, and here you have something which is called gems, which I will tackle a bit later. But first, just start a new chat here. How Gemini greets you. He knows you. Of course, Gemini, which is why I'm working with him, is integrated into the Google environment. It's made by Google, so you can really do everything you want in Gemini. You can write, most of all. And for instance, here we have a good example. You can dictate. So this is why I am currently using Gemini to, and this text is the scenario of the masterclass we're working on now. I'm just masterclass with Google Gemini, which is integrated into the Google environment. And so thanks to this, we can use Gmail, of course. We can use different Google tools like Google Docs. So we will use Google Docs to write the scripts, of course, and using, again, Gemini inside Google Docs for different corrections and improvements for the scenario. And then we have Google Slides, which we can use to illustrate to. The order is probably not correct. We should use Google Photos. I think Google Photos is here the most important tool, because you can store both photos and videos on Google Photos. It's an archive, and it also makes your photos accessible to others, and it makes them accessible to it also makes them accessible, Google Photos, sorry. It makes them accessible in Google Maps. So of a photo that you've made thanks to Google Maps, you can upload the image to Google Maps. So that's a very good system, I can say. So as you can see with dictating here, the mobile latency time detects silence very quickly, and it cuts you off. So I recommend using your browser, and of course you have to use Chrome browser. What else would you use? Or you can try, it's also interesting to use some modifications of the Chrome browser, which all work with the Google Chrome Store, which is very important because we need all the add-ons. You will need all the add-ons you can get creating films. So first you use Google Documents, which also are stored on Drive, of course. Then you can use Google Photos for different for photographic and video, and it also makes GIFs, which is very interesting. And there's some very basic editing capabilities on Google Photos which we can use, and of course editing and enhancing capabilities which Google is now adding to its ecosystem. Okay, so this is the next stage. We should actually, I could actually show you the different stages, I suppose. So one important partner here will be, of course, the next one. Okay, can we share the screen here? I'm sorry, excuse me for a moment. The next stage would be share this tab instead. The stage be the YouTube, of course, videos on YouTube and podcasts on YouTube. And this is interesting because we're live on the Latallo Masterclass. So I don't know why the camera is locked. Maybe they're still banished because they banished me some time ago. But we're going into an. So I don't know why the camera is locked. Maybe they're still banished. Okay, so now we're viewing the window of my live window. So we have created a Van Eyck effect. And again, so how much time do we have? I'm testing this again because I had a tab, so I suppose we'll switch back to this tab. Or won't we? live chat, top chat. Okay, this is it's very nice. I'm very happy because I was able to stream for some time. My account was closed and now we can really work. So that's really nice. I don't want to learn more. And also I want to see how much time we have already. Is this top chat, close this top chat? What is that? Okay. Yeah, great. Learn more. Okay, I learn more. I don't want to learn more. Thank you. That's it. And it's still there. Okay. And the time is 6 minutes. We're having 6 minutes. Okay, so we're getting back into the Gemini window. Sorry about that. And we're having this recent. Okay, where is that now? Okay, so you have to be careful. Oh, it's here. Because I'm using also two Gemini windows at the same time, so it's more fun. Generally, Gemini has an incredible capacity. Google Gemini has an incredible capacity because you can just state like I'm doing this here. Okay, is it working? So I just sent to Gemini the information and now he's thinking. And also you can give him more complex tasks. You can add files. Okay, so you can add files that he will analyze. Okay, and this is now the text organized and corrected. So you have to read through all this. So it works and it looks terribly short compared to this. But so we're using the microphone again, and here we can add files. Gemini has all the information it needs. Devices. We have the possibility of just not written here, but which is integrated into Gemini's model. So you just write him to make images, and I think this image generation, I don't know, I haven't reached the limit yet at all. You can also use video generation. In Europe, it's only VO2 that is accessible because VO3 is very powerful. So you have some workarounds through a proxy or a VPN or something like that. But that's not what I'm talking about. So we would like VO3, and also there's a quick limit. Although I'm 2.5 Pro plan, I think it's no more than 5 videos a day. So that's not a lot. And also, I haven't really tried out this model yet. To tell you the truth, I'm more using Kling for the moment, which is a Chinese version, which is very good at replicating images. And so this is the next thing here we have is deep research. So we don't use video that much. Deep research is very interesting. It will deep search using all tools, Google, but all other tools also. And Canvas is the possibility of building an application, a Canvas, or website, other possibilities, which we'll explore in the next masterclass. So it's the masterclasses are 10 minutes. You can have the first one for free. The first one is for free. And then if you're interested, contact me. We can work together on the next masterclass. So we have different masters of cinema that you can choose from, people that I've worked with. My father, because he's the basis of it all, Stanisław Latallo. Yeah, probably the Google Gemini has some of identifying famous, especially foreign names. But yeah, my father is Stanisław Latallo. Then I worked. My father worked on the films of Tadeusz Konwicki, who was a writer and a filmmaker. Was a very good writer and a very interesting filmmaker, one of the most interesting Polish filmmakers, not very well known today, but he was also a very nice man. He was a friend of my family. He wrote wonderful letters to my grandmother, and was a doctor, and who my grandmother. So the next one in line is, of course, Andrzej Wajda, with whom I also worked on as a kid. Andrzej Wajda, yeah. And then we have Agnieszka Holland. Thanks to Andrzej Wajda, I started working with Agnieszka Holland, and thanks to Agnieszka Holland, I started working with was Krzysztof Kieślowski, okay? Him because in the meantime also I worked with Miloš Forman on one film which is called Valmont, which was shot in France. So these are like the main masters before I entered film school. And then after film school, there are also some people, but which I will approach in the next chapter, the French film school with Jean-Claude Carrière, who was my master, also the great writer and screenwriter, most of all, who worked with Buñuel, who worked with Philippe Cau, and many other directors, French national directors, Jean-Claude Carrière. And he was the director of the Fémis at the time. So that's also one of the very interesting masters which I would like to talk to you about in the field of directing and the field of screenwriting. And yeah, hit me up. Okay, so we made a bit longer, so now I'm going to check why my camera is not working, but maybe we'll keep it a faceless. YouTube will see. Thank you very much for your attention. And quoting the immortal McConaughey in his first film, his first appearance on a cinema screen in the film Dazed and Confused by Richard Linklater. It was in 1989. I have to check, maybe 1991. And that's all right, all right, all right.